ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that the greatest battle you will ever fight is not against the world, not against your circumstances, and not even against failure itself? The real battle is within you. It's the war between your strength and your weakness. It's the struggle between your courage and your fear. Too often, we let our weak feelings take control. Self-doubt whispers, you're not good enough. Fear tells us you will fail. Pain convinces us to give up. But today, I am here to tell you, kill your weak feelings before they kill your dreams. Have you ever asked yourself why some people rise from rock bottom while others stay stuck? It's not luck. It's not talent. It's a choice. The choice to stop being a slave to emotions that weaken them. And today, I am asking you to make that choice. Because the moment you stop listening to your weak feelings is the moment you take back your power. Are you ready to take control of your destiny? Then listen closely, because this is the moment everything changes. You are stronger than your weakness. No matter what life throws at you, no matter how many times you fall, and no matter how broken you feel, there is a fire inside you that refuses to go out. That fire is your strength. That fire is the part of you that has survived every hardship, every heartbreak, and every disappointment. But the problem is we often let our weak feelings dim that fire. We listen to the voice of fear. We let self-doubt hold us back. We allow pain to convince us that we are not capable, not worthy, not enough. But let me tell you something. Your weakness does not define you. Your ability to rise above it does. Think about the hardest moments of your life. Think about the times you felt like you couldn't go on. The moments when you thought giving up was the only option. But did you give up? No. You are here, you survived, you made it through, and yet, even after overcoming so much, you still let your weak feelings dictate your future. You still allow fear to make decisions for you. You still believe the lies your doubts tell you. But let me ask you, if you have already survived your worst days, then why do you still believe you are weak? The truth is, strength is not about never feeling weak. It is about not letting that weakness control you. Strength is standing up when everything inside you wants to fall apart. Strength is taking one more step when your legs are shaking. Strength is facing your fears, even when they seem impossible to overcome. And you have that strength inside you. You always have. The only thing stopping you from using it is your own mind. Most people believe that strong people are born that way, that some are naturally fearless, naturally confident, naturally capable. But that is not true. Strength is not given, it is built. It is built in the moments when you choose to fight instead of surrender. It is built in the times when you silence your doubts and take action anyway. It is built when you refuse to let failure define you. Every person who has ever achieved something great has battled their weak feelings. They have felt fear just like you. They have doubted themselves just like you. They have had days when they wanted to give up just like you. But the difference is they did not let those feelings win. If you want to change your life, if you want to reach your full potential, you must stop listening to the voice of weakness inside your head. You must stop believing that fear is a reason to quit. You must stop letting pain turn into excuses. Because the only thing separating you from success, from happiness, from the life you dream of is your willingness to fight against the emotions that try to hold you back. There will be days when you feel like you can't do it. There will be days when your mind tells you that you are not good enough. And in those moments, you have a choice. You can give in to your weakness, or you can rise above it. You can believe the lies, or you can prove them wrong. You can let fear control your actions, or you can take control of your fear. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to silence your doubts for you. No one is going to fight your battles. That is your responsibility. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you will understand that you are not weak. You never were. You just need to start acting like the strong person you already are. It is time to take back your power. It is time to stop letting your emotions dictate your future. It is time to silence the voice of weakness once and for all. Pain is temporary, but growth is permanent. The moments that break you, the struggles that leave you breathless, and the setbacks that make you question everything, these are not the things that define you. What defines you is how you rise from them. Pain is a visitor, an uninvited guest that enters your life and forces you to face things you never wanted to. But here's the truth. Pain does not come to destroy you. It comes to shape you, to teach you, to make you stronger than you ever thought possible. The problem is that most people see pain as the end instead of the beginning. They let it consume them, weaken them, and convince them that life will never get better. But those who understand the power of pain see it differently. They see it as fuel. They use it to grow, to evolve, to become the version of themselves they were always meant to be. Think about the times you have struggled. Think about the moments when life felt unbearable. You felt lost, broken, maybe even hopeless. But did that pain last forever? No. You moved forward. You healed, even when you thought you never would. You survived what you once believed would destroy you. And if you take a closer look, you'll realize that those painful moments changed you. They made you wiser, stronger, more resilient. They forced you to look at life differently. They made you appreciate things you once took for granted. They shaped you in ways that comfort and ease never could. The truth is, growth never comes from comfort. No one becomes stronger by staying in the same place, doing the same things, living the same way. Growth is born in struggle. It happens when you push yourself beyond your limits, when you refuse to stay down, when you decide that no matter how hard life gets, you will keep moving forward. Most people fear pain because they believe it is a sign of weakness, but in reality, pain is the birthplace of strength. Every scar tells a story of survival. Every hardship you've faced has prepared you for something greater. But you have to be willing to see it that way. You have to stop running from your struggles and start embracing them as opportunities. There are people who have gone through unimaginable hardships, loss, failure, rejection, betrayal, and yet they rise. They build lives that inspire others. They turn their pain into power. They transform their suffering into something meaningful. How do they do it? They understand that pain is not a punishment. It is a teacher. And if you let it, it will teach you everything you need to know about who you really are. It will show you the depth of your resilience, the power of your mind, the strength that has always been inside you. Think about the strongest people you know. Do you think they became that way because life was easy for them? No, they became strong because life tested them, because they faced obstacles and overcame them, because they refused to let pain define them. The difference between people who rise and people who stay stuck is not their circumstances, it is their mindset. It is the way they choose to respond to hardship. Some let pain break them, while others use it to build themselves. Some see struggle as an excuse to give up, while others see it as motivation to push harder. Pain is temporary. No matter how deep your wounds, they will heal. No matter how heavy your burden, it will lighten. But what you gain from that pain, wisdom, strength, resilience, that stays with you forever. The struggles you face today are shaping you for the person you will become tomorrow. The difficult times are not there to destroy you. They are there to prepare you. But you have to make the choice to grow from them. You have to decide that no matter how hard it gets, you will not let pain control your future. Fear is nothing but a cage that traps your potential. It is the invisible chain that holds you back from the life you are meant to live. Fear is the voice that tells you to stay where you are because stepping forward might lead to failure. It is the weight that keeps you stuck, the enemy that whispers you are not good enough. But the truth is, fear is not real. It is a creation of your mind, a lie you have been telling yourself for far too long. The only power fear has over you is the power you choose to give it. The moment you stop listening to it, the moment you refuse to let it control your actions, you take back your freedom. Every great achievement, every breakthrough, every success story began with someone who was afraid. The difference is that they did not let fear stop them. They felt it, but they moved forward anyway. They understood that fear is not a sign to stop, it is a sign to push harder. The people who achieve greatness in life are not fearless. They simply know that fear is nothing compared to regret. Regret is the true enemy. The pain of looking back and realizing you let fear steal your dreams, that you allowed doubt to hold you back, that you wasted years playing small when you were meant for so much more. That is the real suffering. Fear will never go away completely. It will always be there, trying to creep into your mind, trying to convince you that playing it safe is the best option. But safe does not lead to greatness. Safe does not bring growth. Safe does not fulfill your potential. Every time you give in to fear, you shrink. You become smaller than you were meant to be. You settle for less than you deserve. But every time you face fear head on, you expand. You step into the person you were meant to become. You prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. The most dangerous thing about fear is that it disguises itself as logic. It tells you that waiting is the smart choice, that avoiding risk is the responsible thing to do, that staying in your comfort zone is the best way to avoid pain. But the truth is, the comfort zone is not comfortable at all. It is suffocating. It is the place where dreams go to die, where potential is wasted, where life becomes a series of what-ifs and if-onlys. The real pain is not in trying and failing. It is in never trying at all. Think about the people you admire, the ones who inspire you. Do you think they had no fear? Do you think they never doubted themselves? Of course they did. But they refused to let fear control their destiny. They knew that fear is temporary, but the rewards of pushing past it last forever. The greatest moments of your life, the biggest opportunities, the most beautiful experiences, they all exist on the other side of fear. But you will never reach them if you keep choosing comfort over courage. Fear does not care about your dreams. It does not care about your happiness. It only cares about keeping you small. It wants you to stay where you are because that is where it has control over you. The only way to defeat fear is to do exactly what it is trying to stop you from doing. If fear tells you not to speak, speak louder. If it tells you not to take the risk, take it anyway. If it tells you to wait, act now. Because the more you challenge fear, the weaker it becomes. The more you push past it, the more you realize that it was never real in the first place. You are not your fear. You are not your doubts. You are not the lies your mind tells you when you feel uncertain. You are capable of more than you know, stronger than you think, and braver than you believe. But you will never discover that unless you step beyond fear. You will never see what you are truly made of unless you stop letting fear decide your future. Every time you choose courage over fear, you grow. Every time you take action despite the doubt, you step closer to the life you are meant to live. Doubt is the silent killer of dreams. It sneaks into your mind when you are at your weakest, whispering lies that make you question your abilities. It makes you hesitate, second-guess yourself, and delay the steps that could change your life. Doubt is the voice that tells you, you are not ready, you are not talented enough, you are not worthy. But the truth is, doubt is nothing but a thief. It steals your confidence, your opportunities, and your future. And the worst part? It is not even real. It exists only in your mind, feeding off your insecurities and past failures. But what if you stopped feeding it? What if you decided that doubt no longer had a place in your life? Think about all the moments when doubt has held you back. The times when you wanted to try something new but convinced yourself you would fail. The opportunities you let slip away because you believed you were not good enough. The ideas you never shared, the talents you never explored, the risks you never took. All because doubt whispered in your ear and you chose to listen. But here's the truth. Doubt is not a sign that you are incapable. It is a sign that you are stepping outside of your comfort zone, and that is exactly where growth happens. No one who has ever achieved greatness did so without first battling doubt. They felt it, but they did not let it win. They took action even when they were unsure. They moved forward even when their mind was filled with uncertainty. Doubt is a habit, and like any habit, it can be broken. It is not something you were born with, it is something you have learned over time. Maybe from failures, maybe from negative experiences, maybe from the people around you who projected their own fears onto you. But just as doubt was learned, it can also be unlearned. And the only way to unlearn doubt is through action. Every time you take a step forward, despite feeling unsure, you weaken its grip on you. Every time you refuse to listen to the negative voice in your head, you take back control. Confidence is not something you wait for, it is something you build through action. The more you do, the more you believe in yourself. The more you believe in yourself, the less room there is for doubt. Doubt thrives in inaction. The longer you wait, the louder it gets. The more you hesitate, the stronger it becomes. But the moment you take action, even a small step, you break its power. It does not matter if you feel ready. It does not matter if you have all the answers. What matters is that you start, that you move, that you prove to yourself through action that doubt is a liar. Because once you see what you are truly capable of, Doubt will no longer have control over you. Imagine how different your life would be if you stopped doubting yourself. If you no longer question whether you were good enough, smart enough, talented enough. If you simply believed in your ability to figure things out, to grow, to improve. That version of you already exists. It is not something you have to create. It is something you have to uncover. It has always been there, buried beneath layers of fear, hesitation, and self-doubt. But the more you challenge doubt, the more that confident version of you begins to emerge. You have wasted enough time waiting for the perfect moment. You have spent too many days allowing doubt to dictate your choices. But now is the time to take back your power. Now is the time to remind yourself that doubt is not reality. It is just a thought, a belief, a pattern. And just as you have the power to create doubt, you have the power to destroy it. Every step you take, every risk you embrace, every time you push past fear, you are rewriting you are proving to yourself that you are stronger than the doubts that try to hold you back. Pain is often seen as the enemy, something to be avoided at all costs. People spend their lives running from it, numbing it, pretending it does not exist. But pain is not the enemy. It is the greatest teacher you will ever have. It is the fire that refines you, the force that shapes you into something stronger. Pain breaks you down, but only so you can rebuild yourself into a version that is unshakable. It strips away everything that is weak, everything that does not serve you, everything that keeps you small. The problem is not pain itself, it is how you respond to it. Some people let pain define them, break them, and turn them into victims. Others use it as fuel, as motivation, as a reason to rise higher than they ever thought possible. Pain is a sign that you are alive. It means you are growing, changing, transforming. Without pain, there is no progress. Without struggle, there is no strength. Every scar tells a story. Every wound carries a lesson. And every hardship prepares you for something greater. The people who have achieved the most in life are not the ones who avoided pain. They are the ones who embraced it. They understood that pain is not a punishment. It is an opportunity to become wiser, tougher, and more resilient. The truth is, you cannot escape pain. No matter how hard you try, it will find you, but you have a choice. You can let it break you, or you can let it build you. You can use it as an excuse to give up, or you can use it as a reason to keep going. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail is not that one group never experiences pain. It is that one group refuses to let it stop them. They take the pain, they channel it, and they use it to push themselves forward. Think about the most difficult moments of your life. The times when you thought you would not make it, when everything seemed to be falling apart, when the weight of the world was crushing you. But look at you now. You are still standing. You are still here. That means you are stronger than you ever gave yourself credit for. It means you survived what was meant to destroy you. It means you have already proven to yourself that you have the power to overcome anything. Pain is a test. It asks you, how badly do you want this? How much are you willing to endure? How strong is your will? Most people fail the test because they see pain as a stop sign, but those who understand its true purpose see it as a green light. They know that on the other side of pain is something greater, a stronger version of themselves, a deeper understanding of life, a new level of success. Pain teaches you what comfort never can. Comfort keeps you stagnant, keeps you safe, keeps you from reaching your true potential. Pain forces you to grow. It forces you to dig deep, to find strength you did not know you had, to discover parts of yourself that were hidden beneath the surface. Every challenge you face is shaping you into someone who is unbreakable. Most people run from pain, but the strongest people run toward it. They welcome it because they know it is the gateway to something greater. They know that every moment of struggle is preparing them for the next level. They do not waste time complaining about their hardships. They use them as stepping stones. They do not let pain make them bitter. They let it make them better. You were not meant for an easy life. You were meant for a life that challenges you, a life that forces you to rise, a life that demands the best version of you. You were not meant to stay the same, to remain comfortable, to live a life without struggle. You were meant to push, to fight, to endure, to conquer. Pain is not your enemy. It is your guide. It is showing you where you need to grow, where you need to let go, where you need to become stronger. Pain does not last forever, but the lessons it teaches you do. What you do with your pain determines who you become. You can let it weaken you, or you can let it forge you into something powerful. The choice is yours. Fear is the invisible cage that traps you inside your own mind. It whispers in your ear, convincing you that failure is too painful, that the unknown is too dangerous, that you are not capable of overcoming the obstacles in front of you. Fear is the enemy of progress, the thief of potential, the silent force that keeps people from living the lives they were meant to live. It does not have to be real to control you. It only has to be believed. The more you listen to fear, the more power it gains over you. It grows stronger with every moment of hesitation, every opportunity you avoid, every step you refuse to take. But fear is not a force that exists outside of you. It exists within you, and that means you have the power to destroy it. Fear is the mind's way of keeping you safe, but safety is not the goal. Growth is the goal. Success is the goal. Becoming the strongest version of yourself is the goal. Safety will keep you exactly where you are, trapped in a cycle of comfort and regret. But real fulfillment comes from stepping beyond what is safe and into what is possible. The greatest achievements in history were made by those who were afraid but moved forward anyway. They did not let fear dictate their actions. They felt it, acknowledged it, and then pushed through it. Because they knew that fear is nothing more than a signal. It is a sign that you are about to do something that matters, something that will change you, something that will take you to a higher level. Think about the moments in your life when fear held you back, the things you wanted to say but didn't, the dreams you wanted to chase but ignored, the times you stood still when you should have moved. Now imagine what could have happened if you had acted despite your fear. Imagine the opportunities you could have seized, the skills you could have mastered, the person you could have become. Fear does not protect you from failure, it guarantees it. Because the only real failure in life is refusing to try. The only true regret is looking back and realizing that you let fear control you. The most successful people are not fearless, they are courageous. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the decision that something else is more important than fear. It is choosing to act even when you are uncertain, even when you are afraid, even when every voice in your head is telling you to stop. Fear will never go away completely, but it can lose its power over you. The more you face it, the weaker it becomes. The more you push through, the less it controls you. It is like a muscle. The more you exercise courage, the stronger it gets. The biggest mistake people make is waiting for fear to disappear before they take action. They think they need to feel confident before they start, but confidence does not come first, action does. You do not gain confidence by waiting, you gain it by doing. Every time you face your fears, you prove to yourself that you're stronger than you thought. Every time you take a step forward, despite feeling afraid, you build the belief that you can handle anything. That belief is what changes everything. That belief is what transforms fear from a roadblock into a stepping stone. Fear is the test that stands between you and the life you want. It will challenge you, try to break you, try to convince you that you are not good enough. But the truth is, the life you want is on the other side of fear. The dreams you have, the success you desire, the person you want to become, it is all waiting for you just beyond the fear that stands in your way. The only question is, will you let fear win, or will you take the first step despite it? Because once you do, you will realize that fear was never real to begin with. It was only an illusion, a shadow that fades the moment you walk toward it.